A lot of pet advice insists that indoor dogs need constant stimulation to be happy. But that belief leaves out half the story. In truth, many dogs find comfort in quieter rhythms that we often overlook. When you slow down and watch closely, you begin to notice that their contentment isn't loud or dramatic at all. It shows up in soft behaviors that feel almost easy to miss. In this video, you'll learn the understated signs that reveal a dog who's genuinely at peace indoors. And if you want to keep exploring ideas that challenge the usual pet advice, feel free to like and subscribe. Number 1. Soft, relaxed eye contact. Have you ever noticed how a dog's eyes soften in a way that almost feels like they're exhaling through their gaze? It's one of those moments that can catch you off guard, because it doesn't demand attention the way excitement does, yet it carries a quiet, emotional weight. When your dog looks at you with that gentle expression, they're showing you a kind of trust that can't be forced or taught. It comes from feeling safe in your presence, from knowing that nothing about you is unpredictable or threatening. And in that softness, there's a kind of shared calm, almost like the two of you are settling into the same emotional rhythm. That's the sort of connection that quietly reshapes the relationship over time, without either of you noticing the shift until it's already happened. Number 2. Seeking comfort in your scent. And once you notice that pattern, you start realizing something else your dog does that feels even more intimate. Most people don't admit it, but a dog choosing your scent over anything else in the home is one of the clearest signs of emotional safety. When your dog curls up on your pillow or nudges their way into the pile of clothes you left on a chair, they're not being clingy or mischievous. They're grounding themselves in the feeling of you. Your scent becomes a kind of emotional anchor, something steady that tells them the world is still familiar, still safe, still theirs to rest in. It's why they'll drag a hoodie across the room, or fall asleep with their nose pressed into a sleeve as if the faint smell is enough to quiet their mind. And the interesting part is how natural it becomes, this silent search for comfort that isn't about contact with you, but connection to you. Number 3. Bringing toys or objects as gifts. The bold truth is that when your dog brings you a toy, it's rarely about the toy at all. There's a quiet emotion behind that moment, something far more tender than simple playfulness, and it shows in the way they pause after dropping it at your feet, as if waiting for your reaction. What they're really offering is a piece of their little world, something they value enough to share only with someone who makes them feel safe. You can hear that honesty in the soft thump of a favorite toy landing near you, as if they're saying, "This matters to me, and so do you." It's a gesture that carries more trust than noise, more affection than excitement, because it isn't driven by need, it's driven by comfort. And the more you start recognizing these small offerings, the more clearly you see how your dog keeps trying to include you in the quiet parts of their happiness. Number 4. Adjusting contact based on your mood. There's a quiet kind of comfort that comes when you realize your dog can offer you exactly the kind of closeness you need without you having to say a word. It feels almost effortless on their part, but there's a deep emotional awareness behind it, something shaped by all the tiny moments they've spent watching you move through your days. Your dog learns the rhythm of your energy in a way humans rarely learn each other, noticing when your shoulders soften, when your voice shifts, or when your steps sound heavier than usual. And when they choose to lean against you during those heavier moments, or step back when your mind feels crowded, it isn't random at all. It's them showing they trust the emotional space between you enough to respond to it, to adjust themselves without fear or hesitation. And once you see that, you begin to understand that this quiet sensitivity isn't about obedience or training, but something much more personal. Something that grows only when a dog feels emotionally secure in the home you share. Number 5. Relaxed watching from a distance. And once you see that kind of emotional sensitivity, you start noticing another pattern tucked into the quieter parts of the day. Have you ever wondered why your dog sometimes chooses to simply watch you from across the room instead of sitting right beside you? It's easy to mistake that distance for disinterest, but the truth is almost the opposite. because a dog who feels secure doesn't need to stay glued to you to feel connected. They settle a little farther away with a loose body, soft breathing, and eyes that drift toward you every so often, not to check on you, but to share the space with you. That calm, unhurried presence is its own form of closeness, the kind that grows only when a dog feels completely safe in the environment you've created. And in those quiet moments, you can see how content they are just being near you without needing anything from you, which says more about their happiness than any frantic affection ever could. Number 6, independent play. And once you understand that kind of peaceful distance, there's something quietly reassuring about realizing your dog can entertain themselves without any pressure from you. It's a small but powerful sign that they feel balanced enough to explore their own little joys without needing constant reassurance. When your dog trots off to nudge a toy, toss it in the air, or paw at it with a loose, playful rhythm, they're showing you a level of confidence that comes from feeling safe in their environment. You can hear it in the soft taps of their paws, and see it in the way their body moves without tension, as if the whole moment belongs to them and no one else. This kind of independent play isn't about ignoring you. It's about trusting that you're close enough, steady enough, that they don't have to cling to you to feel grounded. And in that quiet freedom, you get a glimpse of a dog who knows they are home, not just physically, but emotionally. Number 7, slow wake-ups with full body stretches. There's something unexpectedly comforting about noticing your dog wake up slowly, as if their whole body trusts the world enough to ease into the day. That gentle stretch they do, the long extension of their legs, the soft arch of their back, tells you they ended their sleep the same way they lived it, without fear. A dog who feels secure doesn't jolt awake or rush to orient themselves. They rise the way someone does when nothing around them feels threatening or uncertain. You can see it in how they pause mid-stretch, eyes half closed, taking their time before stepping into the room, almost as if they're savoring the safety of the moment. It's a simple behavior, but it speaks volumes about the conditions you've created for them, a space where rest isn't interrupted by tension or worry. And when you start seeing their mornings unfold this way, it becomes clear just how deeply a sense of security shapes the small moments of their life. Number 8, variety in sleeping positions. And once you notice those slow, easy mornings, you start seeing the same comfort in the way your dog sleeps throughout the day. Have you ever wondered why a truly relaxed dog seems to shift between curled balls, loose sprawls, and those oddly vulnerable positions that expose their belly or stretch their limbs in every direction? Each change is a quiet confession of how safe they feel, because a dog under stress tends to choose the same tight posture again and again, as if bracing without meaning to. But a dog who trusts their environment lets their body decide what feels good in the moment, drifting into shapes that would be unthinkable if they were holding even a hint of tension. It's in those soft, shifting poses that you see how deeply they've settled into the home you've created, not just as a place to live, but as a place to let go. And when you watch them sleep like that, it becomes impossible to miss how much emotional ease is wrapped into those quiet, shifting forms of rest. Number 9, moving around the house for comfort. On its own, that freedom in their sleep seems small. But stacked over time, it turns into a dog who moves through the house with quiet confidence. It's easy to overlook the meaning behind a dog wandering from sunlit patches to cool floors or settling near a window for no reason other than it feels right in that moment. But those small migrations show a sense of ownership over their space, a belief that every corner of the home is safe enough to explore and claim. When your dog chooses different spots depending on their mood or the time of day, they're demonstrating a level of emotional ease that nervous dogs rarely have, because anxious dogs tend to cling to one safe zone and stay there. What you're seeing instead is a dog who trusts their instincts, their environment, and the rhythm of the household. And in that easy movement, you can almost hear them saying that the whole home belongs to them, not just the space closest to you. Number 10, Calm familiarity with your routine. There's something surprisingly soothing about having a dog who moves through your daily rhythm as if it's a gentle map they've learned by heart. At first, it feels like they're just following habits, but over time you realize they've memorized the emotional patterns beneath the actions, the way your mornings sound, the pauses in your afternoons, the quiet settling of your evenings. A dog who trusts that rhythm doesn't hover or panic when you leave the room. They simply wait with a kind of quiet certainty, as if they believe you'll return without needing proof. You can see it in their posture when you grab your keys, not tense or restless, but relaxed, already understanding how the moment fits into the life you share. That calm acceptance isn't obedience, and it isn't resignation. It's trust woven into their sense of time, something anxious dogs can't quite hold on to. And when you watch them settle into that ease, you can feel how deeply your consistency has shaped their confidence in the world you've built together. When you step back, it's almost overwhelming how many tiny ways your dog shows their trust and joy without ever trying to prove anything. And seeing you recognize those moments means the bond between you is already steadier than you think. The lesson that lingers is that happiness for a dog isn't loud or dramatic. It's woven into the quiet comfort they feel around you. All it really asks is that you meet them in those small moments with the same softness they offer you. And the more you notice, the more you'll start to see another kind of signal they give, one that isn't about joy at all. Dogs have an uncanny way of sensing people who don't carry good intentions, and they show it in subtle shifts most of us overlook. If you want to understand that deeper instinct, the next video is a gentle place to start.